Sprig. Good boy. That's what we want. That's what we want. He's got to break down the search a little bit because that one's not visible. Atta boy. Good job. Right back to the board. Good. 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 Hey guys, Ethan here with Standing Stone Kennels, and we're back with Sprig. In the last video you saw, we worked on a very brief introduction, or a very basic introduction to steadiness. We played some games with twirling bumpers around and fake tossing them, and then tossing them with us kind of between him and the bumper. He's done a lot of that now, and he's getting really good at it. So as we continue here, we're going to start getting him comfortable, getting sent for marks with his name. And then we'll be able to move from, when he gets good at that, putting more emphasis on his next step after this would be putting more emphasis on patience. So having to watch other dogs make retrieves and everything else. So in this video, we're going to show kind of how he's progressing through this steadiness by incorporating retrieves here. He's able to mark and watch those come out, Sprig, and send him with his name. Atta boy. Now you'll see, I would assume in this video, as we do a few retrieves for him, good boy, good boy. As we do a few retrieves for him, he may get jumpier. And that's the expectation and anticipation that he gets every retrieve. It's just a matter of time. And that's where patience down the road is going to come in, and that's why it's also important to teach that. So this one, we're going to mix in some of the other things that we had said, which were pigeons, you know, as a distraction, but we'll throw this bumper out there. Add a little distraction. Help build some steadiness. Good. Sprig. Good boy. Atta boy. Straight out, straight back. That's what we want. This is, platforms like this make it very easy for him to understand this is where I need to stay and this is where I need to come back to. And it helps us to build that consistency of a dog that's not lollygagging around, a dog that's not running circles around you. He knows I go straight out, I come straight back here. Good. We're going to do another one. A little further, add a little bit more time here. Well, the wind caught that one. I'm going with the wind caught that one. There isn't any wind out here, people. Good. Ah, no. Kennel. So you got to see the anticipation. I said good as a way to tell him he's doing a good job. And he thought that meant I'm going to go. No. How do you go? You hear Sprig. Good boy. That's what we want. That's what we want. He's got to break down the search a little bit because that one's not visible. Atta boy. Good job. Right back to the board. Good. 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 Not ripping it out of his mouth. Conditioning that hold. Helping him understand that he can come back. He's going to get some love. We're not going to just immediately take this bumper from him. Good job. So you can see this progression. Just playing these games like we did initially is helping him to not anticipate that he breaks immediately. Dogs are very situationally oriented, and we put a lot of, and place oriented. We put a lot of emphasis on place training, and this helps to, it helps to get a young dog through steadiness without a lot of pressure because it's not confusing. You stay on the platform till you hear your name. Let's do another one here. I'm going to walk out a little further so we can make this mark longer. That's one thing that is important to understand. We can only throw bumpers so far, physically. I can only throw them maybe 30, 35 yards unless I got a real stiff wind at my back and I throw it really high. Most of his retrieves when he's hunting are going to be farther than that. So we need to incorporate something. Either you've got wingers, you've got an assistant who stands out to increase that distance, or you can utilize a dummy launcher. DT Systems makes an awesome handheld dummy launcher, and that makes a really good product to extend those marks. If we're only hand throwing them right from next to the dog, That's gonna really limit his ability to mark and the distance he's gonna feel comfortable going for retrieves. Just waiting for him. Okay. So here's another example of a mistake that you're gonna see in your training session. Your dog's gonna break. You heard me give the verbal, he didn't stop. Well, he kind of hesitated and then he took off. At this point in his training, we just need to prepare better for that next time. You're not gonna burn him off. Come on, Sprig. You're not gonna use the collar to try and stop him. He's too young for that. Good. And we're too green in the steadiness work. All that's going to do is create a dog that's going to hesitate later in life. So when your dog makes a mistake and you make a mistake in training, the way that you're going to try and handle that is, especially early, like he is, young with his steadiness work, we tried to stop him verbally. He kind of hesitated and then he went, screw it, I'm going for that bumper. We got to let him get it. Finish that retrieve, and then we as trainers need to prepare ourselves for him to potentially try that next time. This is also where that patience is going to come into play. He's ready to start having to wait his turn, and that'll be what we're moving into next. So we're going to do one more, see if we can get a better response here. Come back here. I'm waiting for him to be looking at the mark. Sprig. That one's good. He waited. Everything looks good. He's pumped up about going to make that retrieve. You can see him working that with his nose. Got a lot of desire to stay out there and hunt for that bumper, which is awesome. Atta boy! Good job! Good job. Good. So this is a progress report, basically. He's doing a great job. You can see that progression from our first video where he was really jumpy to we've put a lot of emphasis on this, and now he's getting really good at being sent with his name. Look at all those geese. Look at all those geese. Someday. But thank you guys for watching. This is where we're going to end this session. When you're working steadiness with your dogs, just set them up for success and prepare them with drills like this. You're going to have a lot more fun with them hunting down the road.